All right, pretty good.
I think so. And Adam doesn't have any because all of his would be Ali Adnan, Golden Boot, Ali Adnan MVP, Ali Adnan Young Player of the Year at age 55. That'd be his bold prediction. So we're not even going to go there. But we have award predictions to go through.
Yep.
We're going to name for you all top scorer, MVP, newcomer. Some of these are actual awards. Some of them are not. They're just ours. Young Player of the Year, Goalkeeper of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Manager of the Year. I'll start. Top scorer. Oh, you copied me. What a surprise. Because I'm all-knowing and you're just... Anyways. Alan Pulido, top scorer. 1 full year healthy. Around a very, very good SKC team. In a Western Conference that might be a little bit weaker than before. I think Seattle's gotten worse. Minnesota's gotten worse. LAFC's been bang average with a bad goalkeeper. I think he's got a lot of opportunities to be very, very good this season if he stays healthy.
Yep. It's pretty much the same reason why I went with him as well.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just copy the smartest guy on the podcast. I get it.
Yeah.
Always want to be like the best. I
sure.
take it as a compliment.
Sure.
Yeah. MVP. What do you want?
I said Alan Pulido as well.
Okay.
And I said him because I predicted him top scorer. And I'm going to spoil a little bit here. I had SKC top of the West as well in my predictions. I think if he's the top scorer on the best team in the West, potentially best team in the league, he's got to at least be in the conversation for MVP. And it would not be too far-fetched to say that he could win that award, depending on if he stays healthy.
Agreed. I think he'll be very good. I think Lucas Zelarayan will be better after watching what he did last year. With a better team around him, I think he is just going to because he's got so many options who can score for him, right? He's now got Molino on the left. He's got Pedro Santos on the right. He's got Zardes up top. He's got BWP off the bench. This dude literally just doesn't have to move. He's just going to sit there and play through balls all day long for people to score. He's going to be dirty. So, and I think what helps is second assists, right? Because I think what he'll end up doing is playing like Molino through, who sets up Zardes for a tap in, but he'll get a second assist there, right? So his numbers are going to look a lot better than usual, and that's going to help him a ton.
Yeah, I would have no surprise at all if he wins MVP. My only thing that was stopping me from putting him was the fact that he does have such a talented team around him. I almost wonder if they would have more moments where they wouldn't necessarily have to run through him, and they might just be like, we'll go right to Kevin Molino and he can go right to Zardes, or we'll go right to Pedro Santos and he'll go right to Zardes. So we don't have to go through Zelarayan, and then that kind of takes some of the spotlight, or it'll take away from like the numbers that he puts up. Obviously, talent-wise, he's an MVP caliber player, but that was my only thing keeping me from putting him as MVP. I mean, clearly the guy would deserve it if he won it. I have no questions about that.
Yep, absolutely. Newcomer of the year, and this is where I started slashing you a little bit. Brenner is the obvious choice. First year in the league for that much money. No question that he is one of the front runners at the opening of the season to be in this spot. And you chose.
Yeah, so this one was weird for me because
you had to put Atlanta players in. You couldn't just go through an award ceremony without an Atlanta player.
I don't know. I don't think he would win this. So I put Santi Sosa.
Yeah, he's a center defensive mid. What do you mean?
I know, and that's why I don't think he would realistically win the award because of the position that he plays. But in my opinion, I see him as the most valuable newcomer of the year.
This is why we don't let you have opinions, because they're just not good. Like, you have wrong opinions. You know how awful your opinion has to be for it to be wrong? is
Listen,
literally impossible, and you found a way to do it.
if I put Brenner, you would have been like, "Oh, you're just copying me again."
Well, yes,
So I
because
had
I
to put
need
someone different.
yeah, but don't put somebody who makes sense.
I think he
Put
can have a
Fabio.
huge influence on Atlanta. Listen, he's going to be a CDM, so they're going to look over him for the award because they're going to be like, let's go for the guy that gets goals and assists. But I feel like he would be very influential and a very important player for Atlanta this season. And
What?
if Atlanta perform the way that I'm predicting them to perform, then that will be he will be a very great player for them, and certainly in my view would be up there for newcomer of the year. And I'm unsure about Brenner, mostly because of FCC, and it's because it's FCC, and I just don't. I don't have trust in them right now.
So that's fair, but Santi Sosa is not the answer. But anyways,
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could go with like Cecilio Dominguez, maybe.
sure. Anybody on Atlanta or not Atlanta? Austin.
Yeah, I
Any
mean,
other
I'm
guys
trying to
coming in?
think of like some of the other standout newcomers. Does Lucci count as a newcomer?
I don't know. I don't even know if is it a real award?
I
thought
don't
that
know.
was one we
I
made up.
don't know.
All right. I think that's one we made up. Anyways,
Okay.
let's just go to Young Player of the Year because this is gonna get me angry. I
I
also
was
put Brent Air because he's 21 and
uh
Young Player of the Year is under 22. And you
yeah,
put who?
I put Barco. And I was trying to look. I don't know if he would be eligible because he turned 22 in March, I think. But Russi is 22 and he won the award last year.
Yeah, it's 22 or under.
Okay.
Ew, he was born in 1999. Ew, I'm so
So,
old.
part of my bold prediction was that he was going to play well this season. And if that was the case, then I certainly think he would be in the running for this award. And I was trying to look at some of the other guys that I think would get reasonable minutes that are under 22 and that I think would have the impact on team like a Brenner or a Barco. And because I have those question marks about Brenner and FCC, that's why I went with Barco in this case.
Yeah.
Obviously, people are going to disagree with me because people will have their different opinions on Barco. I'm sure plenty of people will say, oh, he's not going to perform. He's going to continue to be a bust. And if that's the case, you're definitely not going to see him as the young player of the year. But if you are someone that thinks he's going to play well and earn that move to Europe, then I feel like he's got to be in the contention for this because he's going to be in the spotlight and he's going to be on a team that gets a lot of coverage and will certainly be in the conversation, I think.
I hear you. Goalkeeper. We'll just move on from that. Goalkeeper of the Year. Who do you got?
So I don't necessarily think that this guy is the best goalkeeper. I mean, if you listen to our last episode, because by the time you guys are hearing this, it'll be the last episode.
Yeah.
I didn't put this guy at number one, and I went with Eloy Room because I see Columbus as having a very strong back line with a lot of different options, and I think that will benefit Room because he will have more clean sheets on his record. He will probably face less difficult shots, and I think those are going to look good on paper, and that's what's going to get people to be like, okay, Room was really great this year. Columbus was really great this year. They didn't concede a lot of goals. Room's the goalkeeper of the year.
Sure. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, but
I think
yeah, go ahead.
I would say I think Matt Turner is in the same boat. I like his back line. I think they're gonna have a really good year this year. And I think everybody's been raving about his national team possibility being in the number one spot for God knows whatever reason. But I think he's in it's for the same exact reason I have him there. I could put either of them and I would not have any issue.
Yeah, I like the Matt Turner choice a lot too. I think it probably comes down to the fact that we see New England finishing in different places, but I mean, it seemed like Matt Turner was arguably I don't want to say the best because I think Andre Blake was the best goalkeeper last year, but he was top three at least. I think last season he was really good. It seemed like.
Yeah, sure. Before we move on to Defensive Player of the Year, the New York Mets have won the first game of their season.
The bullpen did not blow it.
The bullpen didn't blow it. Pete
good
Alonso
day.
was the fastest player to 70 home runs, smoked Aaron Judge out of the water because he's not a waste man like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, literally the most overrated baseball player in the league. Pete Alonso, like, I don't have a number that describes how much better Pete Alonso is than Aaron Judge.
You're just trying to get literally every fan base to just hate us. Every single one.
Because listen, no coverage is bad coverage, right?
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year. I got Jonathan Mensah for the same reason you put Eli Room. I think he was close to it last year, and I think he's going to repeat as a very good year. While I don't know what Walker Zimmerman's going to do, but I also think it's really tough to go back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no arguments there. That's a really good choice.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I went with Yeimar Gomez Andrade, and I think with the loss of JMO, Seattle is going to have to rely more on the defense, and he has been a very good center back for them. And I think that the pressure to step up is going to help him move up in terms of like guys to consider for Defensive Player of the Year. Like if Seattle is performing this year, I think he's one of the main reasons why they performed well. And
I like that.
Yeah, that's why I put him there.
I like that mindset. Don't disagree. I don't think you're going to get the result you're thinking you're going to get.
Maybe not.
I think because he's going to have more people on him, he's going to look worse than better. But just me. Who do you have for your Manager of the Year?
I went for Peter Vermees because I see SKC having a strong year this year, so he's definitely going to be in the running for me.
I put Caleb Porter for the same reason, and because I couldn't stomach putting Bruce Arena winning another Manager of the Year award. Just couldn't do it. So Caleb Porter for me. Columbus Crew, another great year.